So, here we are. This is Gotham's 200th, the season 2 premiere, I guess. Um, I liked bringing back Two-Face, and I thought he was a good way to start off, you know? Because I like Two-Face, and seems like a lot of people like him as well. Um, season 2 was considerably bigger than 1, obviously. Not just in number of episodes, but the story, you know? I had a lot of stories going on at once, and I I think it was the execution or that went wrong, you know? Because there was a problem. See Zuko. I liked starting with Zuko again. No, there was a problem. And some of you pointed it out to me, and I completely acknowledge the problems. Like some of them were had to deal with the fact that there was too much going on at once. Some of them had to deal with the fact that there was too little going on, and then there was the filler episodes, which I think was the real problem. Um, like there were some episodes in the season that existed solely that I could say, there I used that villain, you know, checklist, and this season was more like the middle ground, you know, in a way, because it was more like I wanted to do kind of like similar to, you know, how in Batman the Animated Series episodes, some episodes would just screw around. Like there'd be the occasional where it's just like, okay, well here's the villain again. That's what I wanted to do with this season. Make it just kind of like the good old days or something like that. Like, but like you know, like kind of the glory days of Batman and Robin. Like, see them doing uh Batman and Robin stuff. Where in the first season, Robin wasn't as mature, and Batman was you didn't know as much about him. He didn't open up very much. Um, but I tried to change that here with season 2. Here's Two-Face. You know, I always I always found Two-Face to be a very interesting villain because he's so close to Batman, and Batman always has to, you know, fight with himself while he's fighting with Two-Face. You know, like he blames himself when he does something to him, like anything, when of course it isn't his fault at all. Two-Face is just nuts. But back to the topic of season 2. Um, I like the filler episodes. Yes, one of the most prominent one that comes to mind was the punchline, where the whole time I was making it, I was thinking to myself, "Wow, this is really stupid." I did it solely to uh introduce the character punchline for the Hush storyline, which you know obviously when I brought it out, no one had a clue. Everyone was like, "Well, this is a waste of time." Yeah, we get it. We get it. Hush has, or the Mystery Man has more than one guy, and he wants Batman dead. Okay, but yeah, I think that was again in the planning and execution. See, because well, the execution, I I think it came out okay, but the process was so nauseating. I was like, oh great, more more of this waste of time episode, this filler. That another filler episode was Computer of Questions, which was I think the episode where it sums up the best, like how you know I wanted to do the glory days. You know, it's just nothing happens in that episode. It's just Batman and Robin stopping Riddler. That's all it is. That's the whole thing. I introduced Ratcatcher, and he appears in season 3. But don't worry about that. But yeah, still, that was I can see why anyone would have problems with it because it's just, uh, you know, it's just the filler, you know. Oh yes, okay. So here, the nukes, the Daggett bombs. Okay, well that was interesting because I made this first, obviously before Welcome to the Madhouse. So I didn't make all the episodes in order. with this season, which I think was a problem because it kind of confused me and it threw me off balance a bit, which might have been one of the other problems with the season. Uh, and I had to I knew I meant to bring back another bomb for Welcome to the Madhouse. So I see right here, or is it right here or is it later? I don't know. But I set it up where that they can only use this device once, and then it self destructs just like automatically. Like I guess just a faulty programming. And I did that so that there won't be any plot holes in Welcome to the Madhouse, and that I think that was a good move on my part. Not self praising or anything, but I'd like to think that was a good move. Um, oh, he's so abusive to his guys. And Jack Ryder, he was in almost every single episode this season, wasn't he? Um, and he's coming back in season 3, and might expect a little cameo in Nightwing as well. Or no, it's not the programming. I remember now. The device wasn't to destroy the bomb; it was to track it, of course, because obviously we have the big chase at the end where with Batman and Two Face coming up. Yeah, this was just to trace it, and they can't trace Jokers in Welcome to the Madhouse because the idea was, well, we can't find it. Where is it? I had another Batmobile as well. I actually have another one now, but I had like the very first one, and it broke, so I had to keep this one, and I'm glad I kept it. That henchman was so useless. No, I'm glad I still have that Batmobile intact, like this one, um, which is a very good thing because I'm tired of changing vehicles. I used the Bat tank in season 1 for a bit, when I didn't have this one yet. And then I got it, and everything was fixed. you know, Plot holes and inconsistencies drive me mad, as you already know. Like they're really, really frustrate me, especially when I do them. Then I get frustrated with myself. So I try to avoid them as much as often, as often as possible. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the episode. Um, and I'll get back to work on Nightwing now. And thanks for listening. Goodbye.